Okay. See if they made a post about me. Well, not about me. Me and it. Just going to check out their feed. They haven't uploaded anything to Facebook yet. Wait. Okay, this is just another case. Okay, I don't think they've uploaded any videos of me or anything. Lol. I searched like up Facebook on on Facebook, so I always feel that silly. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Full screen. I have no idea what kind of performance I made, but let's have a look. Can we get full screen on Facebook? There we go. So, this is me on stage. I'm on a stage, everyone. So this was on Saturday after the tournament was done, and it's in Norwegian now. It is in Norwegian because this is in Norway. We talk Norwegian here for some reason, you know. So we had a Super Smash Bros. Tournament. Simple put, that's the Nintendo Fighter. It's been a very important game for me besides RuneScape. It's a very special series to my heart. My dedication with this series. Okay, it's disco here. The light bulb needs to get off, and then there we go. So my dedication to that game is something you can see on the banner over there, over my television. So I have it in my room. I have a RuneScape thing behind me here. It's a diploma from Jagex, but anyways, this is an important game series for me. It's the series that made so many friendships possible, and it's still making friendships in my organization, my volunteer organization. We had close to 40 participants in this tournament, and it was some prizes to hand out to each of the winners: third place, second place, and first place. So yes, let's just take a look on it. It's been viewed 130 times now, apparently. You can see the area. Turneringen i Super Smash Bros. Ultimate är nu färdig och vi har vinnarna våra. Jag kommer nu ta och gå igenom det. Ska bara hämta konfliktbandet.
Jeg ønsker at dere kommer opp her på scenen, og så tar vi et gruppebilde til slutt. Vinneren, altså. Tredjeplass. Jeg håper dere gir god applaus til disse. Gi for James Jonas Bjorda. 500 kroner. Du får også en medalje.
Medals and everything.
Andreplass og Kime Skymo. Joakim Hanevik Larsen.
I have no idea if that's a bad idea to put on Twitch, but it's kind of publicly on the website anyways, right? Yeah. I don't think it would count as doxing, would it? Some names are hard. Yeah, it's something I really dedicated for. So this is my kind of volunteer work. I don't. How long does it last?
Så vi er ferdig med turneringen nå, men jeg har hørt et ønske om Freebattles, stemmer det? Ja. Alle som ikke er interessert nå til å være med i Freebattle, ber jeg komme frem til sceneområdet her nå.
Didn't happen.
Freebattle er et konsept der man er på to forskjellige lag, liksom som fotball, der man da prøver å utkonkurrere det motsatte laget. Man begynner med et visst antall slag som blir bestemt av lagene, og så jobber man seg ned. Så kom frem her hvis dere er interessert i klubben, så forteller vi dere mer her. En av dere klubben, så får dere være velkommen. Jeg takker dere selv for meg her på scenen. Tusen takk for alle som deltok. Takk jobbet alle sammen.
Yeah. So that was one of two times when I went on stage on that event. Well, one of the two big times. They haven't uploaded the other part, but I guess that not many are used to go on the scene, you know, have a big talk about things and all that stuff, and they needed someone else to do it. They really needed someone else to do the ceremony for the other game, the CS:GO awards, at that point. But yeah, like I've done this on a couple of LAN parties. I've also attended a panel. I think that's gone now. The video clip. I don't think it's public anymore. But there was like this gaming panel where we stood and discussed like games versus sports, in a sense, because like we have this arena close to our city that's had a lot of problems being rented out to LAN parties, and the idea of that discussion was to actually have a normal conversation with one of the arena renters, like the one that rents out, right? But he didn't show up, and we just had a normal conversation, and I guess like the thing was that the leader of the LAN party had to play devil's advocate. He had to like talk like one of the subjects or conversations that he previously had on certain occasions for his LAN parties, and I had my way of discussing things. And he told me afterwards that I was actually very, very good prepared for my cases. I found out that in Norway it has taken a long time for any unions to start up, like serious unions to start for football, um, handball, chess, and all that stuff. Taken around 30 years to happen. And I said that sports are different from, well, sport and what we call idrett. I have no idea what's that in English, but uh, sport doesn't require you to have like a lot of series of movements. It comes from it comes from it comes from an old way of saying like sport is like the things you do besides work in a way, like your hobbies. That was the meaning of sport, and it kinda is still. But a lot of people are saying that sports equals physical activities, and that's not true. That's one of the main points I brought because they're basically stating that games are not competitive games are not sports, um, and that's why I mean that they deserve to be counted as a sport. But some people have told me that games belong to idrett, which means physical activity sports. I would say I disagree there in a way because it's a mental activity more than a physical activity. That requires more. Like chess is not a idrett, a physical sport. It's just a sport, very popular sport. But yeah, that's kind of the things I do on the side of RuneScape. I created this organization with a lot of great people while I was idle in Castle Wars for the trim requirement. So when people ask me, oh, if like, do you regret all your time wasted? You seriously must have no life and such. And those statements, when they talked about my trim, I was like, I created a union that's enjoyed by over 100 people annually with 140 events, and basically so. And yeah, it has happened a few times, not many, but I haven't like they usually don't talk anymore after I start saying things like that. I'm really glad that we have the opportunity in my city at least to have free hosting for our events. And this is why I can do things like trying to have RuneScape meetups too. We had 15 people attending last time. I don't have a picture from the last time, a good one at least, because we had no one to take the picture. But I wish to get a good picture this time. Oh dear. Too much idle. Too much idle. Now I need to do the bank pink again. I think the biggest issue with Norway is how spread out people live. Yeah, we had bad routes. For my event, some people actually travel 3 hours both ways. No, not in total, but one way actually. 3 hours one way to attend my events. It has many bad roads and a lot of mountains, like spreading us. Not the most ideal thing at the moment. Let's see, get away the sensor. There we go. Well, I really believe like if people want a community feel, if people want to go outside and be proud of who they are and stuff, they need to. Some people need to arrange for their hobbies to have a social place to hang with people with the some hobbies, and that way you can get a great feel of having friends too in real life. I would say that you can develop a lot of great friendships over things like RuneScape and other games. I do believe that. My friend actually celebrated. Oh, come on. My best friend actually celebrated Christmas down in the Netherlands with his gaming friends. Uh, we celebrate Christmas the 24th here, so they did an extra celebration with him and down there, and then with their families on the 25th. But he spent his Christmas down there with them in that logic. So they, yeah, like I think that online friends are just as important, but it's a big difference. For some reason, think there's a big difference in actually having friends in, close to you too. It's kind of different to have them there with you rather than just online, but to each of their own. I'm not saying that online friends are not great, but I think that if you can actually make friendships in real life over a hobby, that's something to do, and it creates a community feel. Like, the worst thing that people can do is blind rejection of something, in my opinion, based on something that doesn't like destroy them. And I think the case over with the US right now with the hate on games, violent game violence is the wrong view in general. But that would be a political discussion. I'm not sure if it's smart to take it up here, bring it up here anyways, but yeah. The thing I really wanted to say is really that people shouldn't make fun of anyone's hobbies, even though it's the weirdest hobby ever. Because people recharge their mental batteries. Like, the mental health is tied to being able to enjoy what you like to do. And if people reject it and bully you, connecting a negative feel to your hobbies, I think that's when you actually feel bad. So if people evaded that more, I think a lot of people would feel a lot better. So if you manage to go outside and meet someone that has the same hobbies, like a lot of friends of mine were actually saved by Pokemon Go in that sense with their isolation, because they just went outside. They really wanted to engage with this game. Suddenly they realized, I'm outside. I'm actually outside and I'm enjoying myself. I'm not scared at the moment. What happened? For one friend at least, that was a big thing. She can go outside again. Like, it um, cured her from being isolated from the community, because she went outside. People were nice about the game. She made new friends, and yeah, I can see the benefits of games too, and that's why I say that we shouldn't judge mobile games as not real games and such if it can connect people. Like, all games are games. Like, it's something to invest with certain rules. It's it's setting yourself into a game is setting you into something with certain mindset with certain rules to play around with. And you just live and take your mind off real life and such, I think. Yeah. So for me, I see, as I see the whole community, like, if we could stop trashing down each other and rather talk each other up, we could get a community feel. People who talk others down, they kind of creates a barrier between them and the community. And they, in the end, they sit back at home and they don't understand that nobody wants to be with them. They have no idea why. And yeah, like, be nice to others and they will be attracted in a friendly matter with you, or more. You never know, but like, treat people nicely and be true to yourself. Do what you like to do as long as it doesn't hurt others. That statement there is what I think like life is about. That's what I stand for. One thing is arguing with people. You can argue all you want, but it's every thought about what we need in life is subjective. So we're always going to disagree, anyways. If you just let people like state what they need in their lives, and you're like, right, but doesn't mean that this thing isn't necessary. When it comes to necessities, let's say dungeon keeper. Let's see. Silly. I need to read chat a bit. Ba-ba. Yeah, I agree with the statement with mobile games that are basically waiting times with microtransactions to proceed faster. I don't agree with that being a sort of game. Like, it is, but it's a minimal effort of a game. Games should be a way to stabilize, like, train your brain in a sense. Like, let's say, what's Dungeon Keeper? Let's see, is that the game that everyone is talking about these days? The ad, with the ad? No, this is the older one. Like, sometimes you want to get away from the bad people. Like, you got some bad eggs in every community for sure. Even for, like, real life communities, right? But I don't think, I really don't think that we need to avoid everyone else because we have some bad eggs. We have on a ignore list for a reason. So if someone is annoying you, I know that you want to know what people say about you, but if you feel like it's making you get into a bad mood when you see this player, rather just avoid them, put them on ignore, and just live on, and don't care what they have to say. But, like, do you really care about someone who's always going to be negative? Because we're really attracted to negativity. Like, a lot of people are attracted to negativity, and that can be a problem. If you only focus on negativity, you don't see the positive things. You you do something amazing one day, but one negative thing comes up, and you're like, "Oh, there goes all my focus. My day is ruined." Well, I kind of left that out. If someone is in a really bad mood towards me, I deal with it then and there, and then I move on as soon as possible. I'm not going to let it bother me. If it's not, if it's actually just someone wanted to make me into bad mood, and it's not a critique or feedback based on something I do, just shit talk. It's nothing something I should worry about because then the people haven't really thought through things, and especially when I have never met him before and they decide to talk down on me, then I just lose the respect of a person if they're going to judge me that fast. Oh, so you know me for 5 minutes and you know me in through and in as a character, so you can talk about me this way. Is that fair? Nah. Like, let's get away from the negativity. Let's just focus on positivity and just bring good people up that does good things instead. And if someone's going to come in and ruin it, let's just give them no attention and move on. I must say that, yeah, you're going to make a coffee, let's say. I must say that I'm actually very antisocial in RuneScape itself. Like, I don't dare to say hello everyone in here normally. And it wouldn't be a problem, but I sometimes have a problem with it. Yes, don't do it. Yeah. Like, a lot of people take in everything about them because for some reason they want to find an excuse to feel bad about themselves and they look for confirmation. And people don't often give positive feedback. Or some people do it too often and people don't take it in even though it's meant sincerely. Because they have this connection where positivity is not cannot be real in a sense. Because that's like positivity means for them that this person is sugarcoating things and it's not real and stuff. uh, I don't I don't use RuneScape as an escape anymore. I use it as a way to relax and enjoy my spare time. Because I rather not sit and read a book or watch a movie. It's my way of like enjoying my time. I just found that it's my way of enjoying everything. Well, not everything, but you know, I'm not going to throw RuneScape in front of a meeting with a friend. I'm not going to do that. I did that in the past. That's one of the rules. I might play RuneScape while my friends are playing something else at my side here, and they're not here at the moment. But you've seen that before. I still take it serious if they come to me, and it's something we need to do, even if I'm streaming, and I will end the stream if that's really serious. And I still take time to be with them. Some I can hang often with, some I rarely see. But yeah, I feel like we can probably go back to doing some solo runs again. I think I've done two so far. I feel like I want to pressure myself to get Serio done as soon as possible.